I just got married. I went from being chill and vibing to rushing and trying to get myself out the door. Where is this? Like, is this in Louisiana? Are you sure? Turned into Bridezilla real quick. We ordered in some food, and that's all y'all need to know about that night, okay? Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Girls in Real Life podcast. I'm your host, Mariah Hutchinson, because I just got married. Oh my gosh, it feels so good to be back. I missed y'all so much last week. Last week was so hectic for me. Like, I can't even begin to explain. This is the wedding recap. So if you don't care about anything having to do with my wedding, I apologize in advance. This episode is definitely not for you, but for my girlies who want to hear all about the most magical day that I've ever had in my life, please stay tuned. I have not gotten my name changed legally yet, obviously. Like, that's just something that takes a long time. I do think that I'm going to just have two middle names, keep my last name and add on Justin's last name to it. So my full name will be Mariah Michelle Clayton Hutchinson. I just couldn't do away with the Clayton. Like, Clayton is my legacy. Clayton is the version of myself that I've known the longest. And like, I'm so proud of everything that I've accomplished as a Clayton. So I didn't want to lose that part of myself, but I also understand that being a Hutchinson is who I'm going to be the longest. And it is an identity that I have to embrace because this is my new normal. Like, this is who I am now. So for me, keeping my last name was like super important as homage to the version of myself that I once was. And adding on Justin's last name is obviously homage to the person that I'm going to be for the rest of my life. So I will still go by Mariah Clayton on like all of my Instagram and like social media handles. I think I'll have to like see if there's any cute usernames that I can use with Hutchinson. But I do have Hutchinson like in my bio and like, you know, all the things. So it's not like I'm just completely negating everything that I've built up until this point, but we're just adding on. Okay. So anyways, that was a whole mouthful thing for me to say that like, I think socially I'll still be known as Mariah Clayton, which is fine because at the end of the day, like, that is also who I am as well. But I think socially, like in my real life, I will be known as Mariah Hutchinson. I am going to come on here and introduce myself as Mariah Hutchinson because that is who I am now. So I didn't want you guys to like get confused or that sort of thing, but I just really wanted to lay it out there that like I am fully embracing the Mariah Hutchinson era because like that is who I am now. But also I will still go by my maiden name, obviously, because it's my maiden name. But yeah, anyways, let's get into all the little nitty gritty wedding details because that is why you are here and that is what I am ready to spill the tea about. Like I said, last week was so hectic. I actually vlogged my entire wedding week, which was so much fun, full of appointments and just bridal things and rehearsal dinner and things like that. However, I made a really big oopsie and I ended up using the SD card that I had in my vlogging camera into a different camera. And when I put the SD card into the new camera, it asked me if I wanted to format the SD card to that new camera. And I just blindly said yes because like I didn't know what that meant. I never had a camera ask me that before. And I was like, okay, it just needs to format to the type of camera that it is. So I clicked yes. So when I go back and try and like find all of my vlog footage, it is literally gone. And when I tell you my heart dropped to my toes, I was so upset. And I started thinking, I was like, what happened? What could have possibly happened? And I remembered that the SD card needed to format to the camera. And I started thinking, I was like, what if format means delete? So I call up my photographer friend real quick. I'm like, do what does format mean? And he's like, oh, format means to like erase or delete. And I was like, are you joking? Because why does that mean that? There are so many photography and just like technology terms when it comes to camera and photography and videography that I just do not know. And it does not make sense to me. And this is one of those times where I was like, are you joking? So yeah, needless to say, I accidentally deleted all of the weekly vlog footage that was on the SD card. I downloaded a recovery software that can like recover files from SD cards. I did get a few of the files back. I got like maybe half of the vlog back. So I'm going to try my best to like make it work, make it look cohesive, and like build the story that was my wedding week, but it's definitely not going to give what it was initially going to give. Like I was having so much fun vlogging. I hadn't vlogged in a long time. So it was just really nice to be able to like do it again. But I also remembered why I don't do it anymore, because it is a lot of work. It is a lot of remembering to capture the moment instead of just living in the moment. It is a lot of editing. It is a lot of technical difficulties, and like it was just a lot that reminded me why I don't vlog anymore. But needless to say, I will have that going up on my personal YouTube channel, which hasn't been active in like 2 or 3 years. And hopefully that will go up sometime this week. And then I will also have my wedding video going up probably this week as well, because that is already edited. I could not wait to edit that video. I'm gonna have that up there as well. So lots more wedding content to come. I just wanted to forewarn you guys that the vlog is probably not going to be the best. Okay. So let's just start with the day before the wedding, Friday, because this is, you know, when things are starting to pick up really, really quickly. Friday, we had our rehearsal and our rehearsal dinner. Our rehearsal was super short and sweet and to the point. We went to the venue, which is like 20 minutes from our house. It was me and Justin, all of the bridesmaids, all of the groomsmen, my parents, and my grandparents. We basically just practiced lining up in the order that we were going to line up in. We walked down the aisle. We made sure that everyone knew what they were supposed to do. Ace was the ring bearer, so you know everybody had to like learn their part. My nieces were the flower girls, so all the kids especially really just needed to understand what they were going to do. So it didn't take us very long to run through the rehearsal. While we were there, we also set up all of our tables and all of our chairs because it was so many. We had like 190 chairs and like 22 tables or something like that. So I didn't want my day of coordinator to have to set all that up by herself. So we ended up helping her the night before. And then we ended up going back home to my house, which is where the rehearsal dinner was happening. Now, I don't know if you guys know this, but Justin's family is all from Jamaica and they had been cooking all day. Like Justin's mom and his aunties had came over around like 11 o'clock and had been cooking from 11 up until the time that we ended up getting back. So our rehearsal dinner was not fancy by any means. It was really just a big family cookout, which I loved because there was no pressure on it. I didn't have to have like this big vibey aesthetic dinner tablescape. Like no, it was just family and friends, chill vibes, like us just eating, our families getting to know each other, me and Justin seeing family members that we hadn't seen in years or honestly ever, like people that I was meeting for the first time. So it was just really nice to connect with everyone in that way, and again, not have that pressure of trying to have this super fancy rehearsal dinner where everybody's dressing up and we're at a restaurant and all the things. Like no, it was just very comfortable. I was very adamant on not being drunk the night before. I was very adamant on not staying up super late the night before. So I think me and my two friends, Vatera, who was in my bridal party, and then my good friend Madison, we ended up leaving around like 11:15ish, and we went to go and spend the night at my sister's house, who so thankfully lives like 6 minutes away from my house. And I think we ended up going to bed around maybe like 12:30ish. We kind of stayed up and talked a little bit, but again, I didn't want to be up super late, so we went to bed around like 12:30ish, I believe. The next morning, it's wedding day. I woke up around 6:45ish. That's just the time that my body naturally wakes up, because that's the time Ace is starting to wake up. So even when I fall asleep at like super late, like 12:30, I will still wake up at 6:30 because my body is just like on alert for Ace. And he actually slept at home, so he slept here with Justin, but my body still was just like, girl, we got to get up, like it's wedding day. So I ended up waking up and going to wash my hair because I needed to have some fresh curls for my updo. So I got in the shower, I shaved my legs and all the things, I styled my hair, and then shortly after that, hair and makeup crew arrived, which was Petal Salon. They're in New Orleans, and my good friend Amanda is the owner of that salon, and she is such a talented makeup artist. Her and Robin ended up tag teaming and coming in, and they're both just so amazing, incredible people. Like, cannot say enough things about them. They slayed everybody's hair and makeup. Everyone looks so good. Justin ended up dropping Ace off to me around like 8:30, which is about the time that the makeup artist got there, because I was going to be getting him ready and putting on his suit and stuff, and I also wanted him to take a nap, and I knew Justin had to go run some errands because, y'all, guess what? That man didn't have no tie and no shirt until the day of the wedding. Okay, so he had to go and do what he needed to do. So Ace came. He was playing with Mariah and Mia, which is my two nieces, and all the kids honestly were like so good. We barely even noticed that they were there because they were just playing so well together and like entertaining each other. So it was really nice not to have to worry about Ace in that regard. However, he did give me some problems because he didn't want to go and take a nap. So I went to go lay him down and he was just crying. So I went and got him, sat in the makeup chair with him while I was getting my makeup done, and I just held him. I tried to get him to go to sleep in my arms. Of course he didn't. So whenever she finished my makeup, I went to go and lay him down again. He cried, but I was just like, dude, you got to take a nap because I need you to walk down the aisle and I need you to have a good attitude. So you gonna have to go to sleep. And thankfully he did. He only slept for like 45 minutes, which was honestly fine because that's all that he needed was just a little power nap. But he did wake up in a foul mood. When I tell y'all, he woke up and he was just crying. I was trying to put on his suit, I was trying to do his hair, and he just was not having it. But aside from that, him and all the other kids were literal angels the entire day, which I was super grateful for. I feel like the entire day was really chill. Like, when everyone else was getting their hair and makeup done, I was literally just vibing. I was making TikTok videos. I wasn't worried about a thing. And it's like the flip switched super fast. I went from being chill and vibing to rushing and trying to get myself out the door. And honestly, it was because Ace had woken up. I didn't know that he was going to wake up that soon. I thought I was going to have time to put my dress on. I thought I was going to have time to like take a few pictures and videos of my dress while I was at my sister's house. But it was like, as soon as I went in the room to get my dress, Ace was awake, and that's when the chaos started happening because he was crying. I couldn't get his suit on, and the time was dwindling down. Like, we needed to be leaving for the venue in like 20 minutes. I still didn't have my dress on and all these other things. So I was trying to calm Ace down and get him ready, but also trying to put my dress on and get myself ready. And we had 3 kids to get in the car. Like, it ended up being a lot towards the end of it, but for most of the day, I was just very chill. But now that I look back on it, I wish that I would have used that time to pack up my overnight bag, for after the wedding. Me and Justin ended up staying at a hotel, and at the last second, I was like, oh wait, I need to like pack up a little bag because I didn't want to bring my entire suitcase, because I ended up bringing a suitcase to my sister's house. I was like, I don't want to bring this entire suitcase. Like, I need to just pack up a bag. So I wish that I would have done all of that stuff while I didn't have anything to do instead of waiting until the last minute to do it. But again, I couldn't account for the fact that like Ace was going to be super cranky when he woke up and all the things. Aside from that, getting ready and the morning of was actually super nice. Like, I loved every single second of it. The only regrets that I have was that I didn't get as many videos in my dress before I left as I wanted. I didn't get like any detail shots of my dress. I didn't take any like cute pictures. I didn't get enough videos. Like, I wish that I would have just carved out a little bit more time for the content side of it. And I know not everyone cares about this kind of stuff, and this is just me, but I think that I would have wanted to have a lot more content of just like me and my dress. I wanted to get content of just like me and the bridesmaids. I wanted to get content of like our bouquets and just like all these different little things that I feel like I didn't get and that I was missing out on after the fact, but at the end of the day, it's fine. And like, I know we're going to have pictures of everything. In the moment, it was just like, dang, I didn't get to do the things that I thought that I was going to get to do, Let's go ahead and get to the actual wedding, okay? So our venue was in Jackson, Louisiana, which, if you don't know, is in the middle of nowhere, but it is actually the cutest little town. It's 20 minutes from where we live, and our venue was named Galvez Tasting Room and Gardens. The cool thing about this venue, there's a couple cool things about this venue. Number one, it is a rum distillery, which I just felt like was so perfect because, like I mentioned, Justin's family is from Jamaica. So us having a wedding at a rum distillery just felt so on brand for us. And then two, we were actually the first wedding that they had there. So it was like super special, kind of exclusive. No one had ever really been to this place before. So it just felt like, oh, like we have this super special thing that we can like tell people, you know, we're the first wedding here and like no one else has been here. No one else has taken pictures here. No one else has like done this before. And it just felt really nice and just like super exclusive. So I did love that about the venue as well. But aside from that, it is just absolutely gorgeous. I mean, the architecture is just stunning. They have like all these beautiful arches. There's so much land and greenery and flowers. There's a cute little courtyard area. There was a stage outside. There was like, I don't want to call it a gazebo, but it was like an overhead space kind of that was covered, and it had these 4 big tables under that were so beautiful. The inside is like super cozy, vibey. It has a fireplace. The bar is in there. Like everything about the venue was literally perfection. And I am so happy that we had our wedding there because I felt like I didn't need to get a whole bunch of decorations. Like we got flowers, we got like we added tables and chairs, obviously, but we had white tablecloths that we put on there. We had signage, but aside from that, we really didn't have a whole lot of decor. Oh, we also had like weddings. We also had candles and votives, which is just like a little clear jar with lights inside of them. So again, we had very little decor, but everything was just absolutely stunning and beautiful. And that's one tip if I have for you, if you're planning a wedding. Do somewhere that is already beautiful. Go to a venue that you don't have to do a whole lot of decorating. You don't have to buy a whole lot of things because the venue itself is the decor. You know what I'm saying? So it was just so nice to know that I didn't have to go and buy a whole bunch of things to make the venue look better than what it was because the venue was just that amazing. You just want it to be so beautiful that everybody is just like asking you, girl, where is this? Like, is this in Louisiana? Are you sure? And that, again, that's another thing I loved about the venue was that it didn't feel like it was in Louisiana. Like it felt like this venue could have been in Greece or in Italy. Like it was just so beautiful. I can't say enough things about it. And the manager there, Miss Belinda, she is a godsend. Okay. Anything we needed, she was like, I got you. If I wanted to come to the venue on a random Tuesday to like figure out where I wanted to put things, she would come and open the venue for me. Like she was just so nice and so helpful. Like that was another thing that drew us closer to this venue was just like the people. Everyone was just so nice and so willing to help us and just like just always asking what we needed to be done and like being so selfless about the entire thing. Like that is the part that I love the most was that everyone who was involved in our wedding was just super selfless and super helpful. And I could not have asked for anything better. We rented all of our florals from Something Borrowed Blooms, which is a flower rental service, and all of their flowers are so beautiful, you guys. Like they're absolutely stunning. They look like real flowers. Like they were literally so amazing. We had a beautiful flower arch on the stage behind us. We had beautiful centerpieces on the table. We had garlands running down our big long table that we had. Like it was just so beautiful. I do have a code with Something Borrowed Blooms if you are planning a wedding or just any event in general. It is Mariah C30 and it gets you $30 off any order over $250. So yeah, that code is going to be active, I think, forever. So even if you're like a 2026 bride, 2027 bride, you can use it for your flowers. What other vendors do we have? Our tables and chairs were rented from Box K. My day of coordinator, Elise, I have to give her a shout out because when I tell you this day would not have been possible without Elise. She made sure everything was so organized. She made sure everything was running on time. She made sure all of my decor and everything that I had at the venue was getting set up correctly and put in the right spot. She kept checking in with me. She was like, are you good? Do you need water? Are you okay? Like, how are you feeling? Like, again, the people that I had with me during my wedding day, I could not say enough great things about them because everyone just cared about me. Everyone just cared to make sure that I was okay, that everything was good, and that this day was everything that I wanted it to be and more. I could not have done this without Elise. Her business is called The Experience by EG on Instagram. If you need a day of coordinator, if you need an event planner, anything of the sort, like, she is your girl. She is organized. She runs a tight ship. She's going to make sure everything is done to a T. She's going to make sure that you have what you want on your day. She doesn't have any biases. Like, whatever you say you want, she's going to figure out a way to make it happen. And again, I just cannot thank her enough. Like, I literally was getting choked up when I was trying to thank her at my wedding, because me and Justin had just obviously gotten married and we were walking back down the aisle and she was holding my dress up for me. And I was like, I don't want to cry right now, but I cannot thank you enough. And like, I don't want to say too much because I will sob, but you have made this day so, so amazing. And like, I just cannot say enough good things about Elise, and I just love her so much. So again, if you guys need an event planner or a day of coordinator, she is your girl. She is everything and more. What other vendors did we have? My friend Kennedy made the cake. The cake was so beautiful. It was 4 tiers. It had pearls all on it. It had me and Justin's initials on it in this like beautiful gold paper. Obviously it tasted great. Like, Kennedy is my girl. We're like this. We went to high school together. We live 2 minutes away from each other. Like, I just love her so much. And anytime I have a crazy cake idea, she's just like, let's do it, you know? Our photographer, Bailey Melanson, again, another dear friend of mine. I've known Bailey for years. He is such an incredible photographer. Like, I just cannot say enough good things. I am so excited for our photos to come back because I just know that they're going to be so amazing. Captured by Chloe was the content creator that I hired, and his name was Tyler. He was so great. I gave him the camcorder at the beginning, like whenever he got to my sister's house before we left for the wedding. I was like, here's the camcorder. Like, can you please just take some videos on the camcorder? Like, this is my wedding video. So if you could just please, you know, get all the things. And he made sure to get all the things. Like, the camcorder footage is honestly my favorite part of the day. And he made sure to get all the important things, like us kissing, us walking down the aisle, like as a new married couple, our first dance, me and my dad's first dance, him and his mom's first dance. Like, he made sure to just like get everything, the cake cutting moment, us feeding each other the cake. Like, he got literally everything on the camcorder while also getting it on his phone. And I am just so, so grateful for that as well. I'm trying to think if there's anything or anyone else that I need to shout out. I really can't honestly even think right now, but I also want to shout out the person who did my bridal photo shoot, which literally, y'all, if you haven't seen my bridals yet, what are you doing? Go to Instagram right now or TikTok. Normani herself liked my pictures and added them to her favorites because y'all know she just got engaged. So she is on Wedding Talk and she saw my pictures and she liked them and she added them to her favorites. Okay, don't play. But again, this is another person I went to high school with. So many people I went to high school with, just so talented. Her name is Lexi. She is a film and digital photographer. So we got a good mix of film and digital photos. She just has such a beautiful eye. And like the way that she captured the sunlight on my face and just like all these beautiful angles and moments, like it was the most fun day that we've ever had. My bridal gallery is extremely large. I have over 200 photos that we just could not dwindle down on, but every single photo was just so beautiful, so stunning. Like, again, cannot thank everyone enough for just bringing my visions to life and just making sure that everything was just perfect for me. Okay, but back to the actual wedding. Okay, I feel like I'm jumping all over the place, but I just had to make sure I shouted out everyone for like helping make our day so beautiful. But yes, we arrived to the venue. The groomsmen had already been at the venue for a few minutes, and then we arrived to the venue. We were running a little bit behind, but we ended up only starting like 15 minutes later than we intended to, which I think is fine because I've been to weddings where we started 30-45 minutes later than the intended time. Okay, so anyways, we pull up. I'm in Vatera's car, which is my best friend. And Shelby calls me, which is my sister. And she's like, Mariah, you need to stay in the car. The guys are still in the room where you're going to be. So like, you just need to wait a few minutes and we'll call you when it's time to get out. So I'm like, okay, cool. I'm thinking it's going to just be like a few minutes, but it turns into like 10 minutes. People are starting to arrive. Me and Vatera's car right at the front where everyone is walking into. So I'm literally ducking down in the front seat of the car like this, trying not to let people see me. I started freaking out. I went from being cool, calm, and collected and turned into Bridezilla real quick because I guess the anxiety and the nerves were just starting to get to me. And I called my sister and I was like, Shelby, like, you need to get me out of this car. Like, people are arriving. I need to get out of this car. And so we literally had to like pull up in the grass, like next to a sidewalk of the venue. People could still see me, but at that point I just had to get out. So I ended up getting out and going into the room where we were holding before the ceremony started. Shelby was trying to put my veil on, and I was so mad at myself because I forgot that I was supposed to bring bobby pins with me to help pin the veil into my hair because the clamp was kind of not doing what it needed to do, y'all. My veil was from Shein, so I wasn't expecting it to be like the greatest thing in the world, but I just forgot to bring the stupid bobby pins. So I'm asking everyone around, do you have bobby pins? Do you have bobby pins? Thankfully, someone there had bobby pins. We got it in there. And then after I put my veil on, me and Justin ended up doing our first touch. We did not do a first look. We did a first touch. So we were standing on opposite sides of the wall. It was like a corner of the wall, and he was on one side and then I was on the other side of the corner. And we just held hands and got to talk and chat for a few minutes before we went to walk down the aisle. We took a few photos like that. Obviously, he didn't see me and I didn't see him, but we did take a few photos of just like our first touch moment. And then right before I walked down the aisle, I sat down and I just breathed. I took a little video, which I'll probably post on my Instagram like weeks later. Honestly, I don't even know. And then it was time for me to walk down the aisle. And that moment, I honestly just like, I can't even explain it. It was like my heart was beating out of my chest, but in the best way possible. Like, I was just so ready to see Justin. I was so ready to see all of our friends and family. I was so ready to just like be up there with him and looking at him. And it was just a beautiful moment. My dad walked me down the aisle, obviously. And as soon as I started walking and as soon as I saw Justin, I started crying. As soon as he saw me, he started crying. And it was just the most beautiful moment ever. I walked, we were on stage, so I did have to walk up a few steps. I tripped a little bit, but it's okay. And then I was standing there in front of Justin, in front of my now husband, and just looking into his eyes. Like, he looked so handsome. Oh my gosh, y'all, he looked so handsome in his suit. Everyone looked so beautiful. Like, it was just the best moment ever. I don't know how else to describe it. Our ceremony was a little bit longer than I wanted it to be. Our minister or officiant was he was rambling a little bit, but it was okay. After he finished like the preaching part of it, we ended up saying our vows. I said my vows first. I cried and sobbed like a baby. I had everyone in the audience crying and sobbing as well. And then Justin went. His were a little bit more lighthearted and funny, but still just like super emotional and loving. And like, I loved every second of it. And we honestly needed the comedic relief because, like I said, my vows, they were a little bit heavy. Okay. They were a lot. So I was so glad that he came in with just like his goofy personality, like he always does, just making people laugh, making people feel comfortable. It was so him. Obviously, we had the big moment and we kissed. We walked down the aisle. Everyone was celebrating us. And it just felt so nice. Like, I could not stop laughing, could not stop smiling. After we came back down the aisle, we actually went into where the food and stuff was being held, and me and Justin got to eat, okay? Because my day of coordinator was like, this is probably the only chance that you're going to have to eat, so y'all get your food, like get whatever you want, eat right here, and then I'll bring you guys out when you're finished and ready to like go and do your first dance and everything like that. So we actually ended up bringing Ace in too, because I knew that he was getting hungry, because it was like 5:30 at this point, or like 5-ish at this point. It was somewhere around there, and his dinner time is usually like 5:30. So I was like, let's bring Ace in here so he can eat with us. he had so much fish. Like that boy loves fish. So we all three just ate together, and it was just like so not like you have that super big moment up there on the altar in front of everyone, and then just to come back into this room, into this small space, and just be with each other, just be with your family, like me, Justin, and Ace. It was like, oh my gosh, like this is going to be our life for the rest of our lives. And I was just so happy in that moment. So after we ate, we went out and we did like our entrances. The groomsmen walked out first and the bridesmaids walked out. Then we were introduced and we did our first dance. We actually did not pick our first dance song until the day before because we couldn't figure out what we wanted our first dance song to be. And eventually he was just like, what about Best Part by Daniel Caesar and Her? And I was like, you know what? Let's just do it. Like it didn't have any like big meaning behind our first dance. And I honestly didn't really care what song we danced to. I just wanted to have that first dance moment with him. So like it really didn't matter what we were dancing to. But I feel like the best part was just so fun because yeah, we did like our little slow dance and stuff, but we also got super playful with it. Like Justin was just acting a fool as Justin does and putting on a performance. And we were just like, I don't even know how to describe it. Like we were just vibing. Like there was no pressure on it. It wasn't a choreographed dance. It wasn't anything like super planned out. It was just us in our element, in our moment, in front of all of our friends and family. And it was literally like the best thing ever. I keep saying that, but like it was. And then after we finished our first dance, me and my dad had our daddy daughter dance, and we danced to Butterfly Fly Away by Miley Cyrus and Billy Ray Cyrus. And then Justin and his mom had their dance after that, and they danced to Mama, what's that song? I think it's by Boyz II Men, Mama. And then after that, all the dances were done, obviously. So we went to go and sit at our table. I had to like touch up my makeup because I was just like crying and so emotional. Everyone came up to us and wanted to take pictures, wanted to congratulate us. I was so glad that we had eaten already because like it was just like nonstop people coming up, people trying to take pictures, people trying to say hey, people trying to hug, like all the things. I feel like it got really hectic, that there were some things that we didn't get to do. Like Uncle Glenn, which is Justin's uncle, was supposed to say a speech and we didn't do that because obviously like everyone just got so distracted, I guess is the right word. So we didn't have any speeches that were done. Our marriage license, we signed our marriage license right after the ceremony because we were supposed to do the whole lighting the candles thing. And girl, I forgot the candles. Okay. I forgot to get candles. So we scratched that and had to sign it immediately after the ceremony, which was kind of hectic, but we made it work. We did take pictures like on the stage and stuff with me and Justin and the bridal party and things like that. But another thing that I kind of regret that I wish that we did more of was just me and Justin go and take more pictures around the venue and stuff like that, because the only pictures we got together were on stage, and then everything else is just pictures of us doing things like having our first dance, taking pictures with people, cutting the cake. We did take a picture on the stairwell in my second dress, but I just wish that we took more pictures with just Justin and I. And this is my fault because I didn't really write out a super specific shot list. I just thought that I would remember to say that I wanted these things. And that was a mistake on my part, because when you're in a moment like that, like everything is just all over the place, and the things that you think you're going to remember, you actually don't. So I wish that I would have just been more specific with Bailey, who was our photographer, about the kind of shots that I wanted, where I wanted to go and take pictures and things like that, because we didn't get those husband and wife pictures that I wanted, you know, like the super, I don't want to say spicy, but just like super posed and around the venue, and just like, y'all know what pictures I'm talking about, where it's like my hand is on his chest and I'm looking back over the camera and all those types of things. Like we didn't get pictures like that, and I really wish that we did. That is like the only regret that I have about the entire night, was that I didn't get enough pictures and I didn't get enough videos. But to be fair, I probably really did, and I just need to wait to get everything back. But in the moment, or after the moment, it just feels like you didn't get enough. And I always think that there's going to be something after, you know, a big day like that. Like you're going to start running through your mind things that could have went better, or things that should have went better, or what you could have done. But at the end of the day, The day was absolutely perfect, from the weather to the people to Ace. Like literally I was so worried about Ace, but he did not cry. None of the kids made a peep during the ceremony. Like honestly, could not have gone better in any other aspect. So while I do have some regrets, overall, the day was as close to perfect as I think it could have gotten. And I'm so grateful and happy for that. And again, just seeing both of our families come together, seeing two different cultures unite as one and just like have fun together and dance together and drink together. Like it really was a beautiful sight to see. And I'm just so happy with the way that everything went. Our wedding was from 4 to 8. So girl, we was not partying all night. Okay. I had some other things to do at night, and I was not trying to be at the venue until like 11 o'clock p.m. partying and drinking. Like, no, thank you. So everyone left around 7:45-ish, 8 o'clock. We put all the tables and chairs away. We cleaned up everything, got all the florals back in the boxes, put all the decor back in the boxes, all the tablecloths, everything like that. We put it all in the U-Haul and just went back and got it the next morning. But yeah, me and Justin left and we went to go stay at Hotel Tucson, which is in St. Francisville. It's a newer kind of hotel. It's a part of the St. Francisville Inn, but it's like a different, like it's like across the street, and it's a newer place, I guess is how I'll describe it. But yeah, we went there, we ordered in some food, and that's all y'all need to know about that night. Okay. But Sunday, the day after the wedding, we went to go and get breakfast at our hotel. Then we brought the U-Haul back to our house. We ended up going to Justin's mom's house and boiling crawfish with all of his family. My family also went over there as well. So we just had like a super big crawfish boil. And yeah, that was pretty much the whole weekend. It was, like I said, as perfect could get. Genuinely the best day ever. Every single little detail was just absolutely perfect. Like I could not have planned for a better day, even if I tried. I want to say that is all that I have to say about my wedding. I mean, I told you guys the vendors, I told you guys about the day. I don't know. I'm literally just freeballing here. I don't have any notes. I'm just talking to my girls because I missed y'all so much. But if you guys have any other questions about my wedding, go ahead and leave them in the comments below or follow me on Instagram or TikTok. If you guys want links to anything, if you need answers about certain things, like just let me know. I'm an open book. But yes, my wedding day, best day ever. I cannot wait to get the pictures back. I can't wait to continue sharing all the small little details over on my social media. So again, if you're not following me over there, you should at Mariah Clayton _ and then on TikTok at _ Mariah Clayton. It's just backwards. But yeah, I just want to thank you guys so much for supporting me on my journey. I feel like I've learned so much just about life and myself, just bearing my life to you guys on this podcast. Every single mistake that I've made, every single experience that I've lived, getting able to just sit down and talk to you guys about it has like literally been therapy for me. And your support means the absolute world. You guys have watched me grow up from a 22, 23-year-old girl to now almost 29-year-old woman. You guys have been with me through a 7-year relationship, through a breakup, through finding a new man, through getting pregnant, through getting married. Like y'all have been with me through it all. And I'm just, again, so grateful to you guys for allowing me to just come into this space every single week and just talk. And thank you for listening. Like, I don't think you guys fully understand, even though I can't physically be there with you, even though I can't like hug and touch every single one of you, I feel your impact on my life. And being able to just, like I said, come on here every single week and know that someone on the other side is listening to me, is rooting for me, is validating me, it means the world. So yeah, that's all I have to say about that before I literally start crying. And I don't want to, because this is such a happy time in my life. Life is so beautiful right now, and I wouldn't want it to be any other way. And with that, I will tell you goodbye. If you enjoyed the episode, be sure to subscribe to the podcast, give me a like, comment, and a review. I hope that you guys have a great Monday, a great week, and I'll talk to you in my next episode. Bye.